This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Thrown under the bus.
No. Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
I'm not okay with that.
It sounded good when I thought.
Log on and join our live conversation.
I'm in. Tori just won't let it go.
DBL starts right now.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Tuesday, April 16th. We are live and we're talking about what you're talking about right now. I'm here with Stephanie, Tori, Brandon, and I am Sam. Let's get started. The fire at Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris is out, thank God, and officials there are surveying the damage done to the church, which was built more than 850 years ago. The remains are structurally sound, but there are giant holes left in the vaulted ceiling, according to authorities. Fire ravaged the roof of the Gothic church yesterday, destroying the spire and the forest of wooden beams that made up the ceiling. Officials are not yet sure what started the fire, but an investigation is underway, with many speculating it was caused by renovations, and many of the site's most valued assets were saved, including the stained glass rose windows. The Archbishop of Paris said that all three are still intact. The two iconic bell towers are also still standing, and the 10 bells, including the biggest weighing in at 13 tons, are all okay. The cathedral's giant organ has also largely survived, including all 8,000 pipes, but some are saying it may still have been damaged. Some valuable artifacts are also safe, like the crown of thorns, which was transported to a safe location, but there is no word yet on the nails from the cross or another piece of the cross, which were kept there. But from the ashes, there is hope today, as there is a pledge from many of France's wealthiest to rebuild, and there is a fundraising drive, which has already raised $700 million, according to CNN.
It's times like these that it's unfortunate, but in the world, it brings joy to us because tragedy unites. We've seen this over and over and over again. So when we are rebuilding, because they have $700 million that's been donated, I would like to see them use artists, painters, architects from all over the world, from all different walks of religion, because I can guarantee you out of that $700 million, there's some Muslim people in there, there's some Jews in there who donated. But one thing, you know, it's unfortunate, but one thing that puts a smile at your face at the end of reading all that is how this is uniting us as a world.
Amen, Brandon. That is the silver lining.
Yeah, Notre Dame means Our Lady, and to a lot of people, this cathedral is a representation of the Virgin Mary herself. And it's Easter, and it's Holy Week, and I think it means a lot more than just artifacts. These are really reflections of Christ to a lot of people, and I think that being saved was very, very special, and I think the amount of money going into it represents how important to Paris this is.
I think it's not just about also religion, it's also about, this is a building that has been under terrible circumstances like this throughout the years. It was saved in the 13th century and also in the French Revolution by Napoleon. It was almost like completely torn apart. This is a building that took like over 100 years to build and finish. This is like an icon of Paris. It means so much. It's not just about religion, it's about the way of life. It's about Paris, the Parisians, who they are, what they believe in. It means so much to these people.
Yeah, 100%.
So much. And I'm so grateful that the rose glass from the 13th century was saved.
Yeah, that's the famous window that we all were hoping.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
Kudos to the firefighters who acted so quickly.
Yeah.
Bravo.
All right, well, we also want to give a big DBL shout out to Hoda Kotb, the 54-year-old Today Show co-anchor, announced that she has adopted a baby girl named Hope. She called into the show this morning to make the announcement. Watch.
It's a girl. It's a girl.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. And her name is Hope.
Oh, my gosh, Hoda.
Goodness gracious. Hoda, congratulations. I'm so happy for you.
Oh, Hope Catherine is Hoda's second child. She also has a 2-year-old daughter named Haley Jo. Wow. And I know you were with young kids all weekend. Papa, nephew.
Hoda, beware. Hoda, beware. I took my niece and nephew, 11 and 9, to the outlets, Williamsburg outlets. and they're just running around all over the place. They also have a 2-year-old niece, and she was just running around all over the place. Good luck, Hoda. Get you some Gatorade, because you're going to need the electrolytes.
You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, 54, that's a very, I mean, I'm 37. I'm not someone who should be talking, but at 54, are you too old to adopt a young newborn?
Well, listen, I have a 2-year-old, and I can tell you, it is so hard chasing them left and right. I'm very lucky that I've helped during the day, but when I come home at 2 p.m., from 2 p.m. to 7:30, because my husband's working at that time, it's all me and Sophie. And let me tell you, that girl runs me to the point where when she goes down at 7:30, I get on the couch and I'm like, whew. So yeah, I mean, I would imagine that Hoda has help, but at 54 years old, that is very tough. And I can only imagine there's a lot of grandparents out there who are taking care of their grandkids. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, well, the parents are at work, everyone, the family's all mucking in. I mean, Brandon, when you get back, I seen you put on your uncle trousers and you get in there, you get stuck in. But like I say, there's 2 children as well, a newborn and a 2-year-old.
Tough.
Man.
It's a lot.
I know. I hope she has the help. I would imagine she does.
Do that phew one more time, because I want to do it with you. That was me this weekend.
I know, honey.
Go back to your mother.
Bye.
It was great to see them, though.
All right, well, moving on to this story, which is very interesting. I can't wait to hear your guys' opinions on this. A Georgia meteorologist says she's receiving death threats, all because of doing her job. This is Ella Dorsey during Sunday's Masters game. When Tiger was in the middle of his historic comeback, she had to break into the coverage to deliver a tornado warning, and some viewers were so upset they sent death threats. Now she's speaking out, saying, to everyone sending me death threats right now, you wouldn't be saying a damn thing if a tornado was ravaging your home this afternoon. Lives are more important than 5 minutes of golf. Okay. First of all, what's sad about this story, when I heard it, I wasn't surprised. So that's how normalized and desensitized I am to know that this poor woman who's doing her job, and mind you, it's a tornado warning. She's getting death threats, but hey, I'm so used to social media acting a fool. Not surprised.
And it happened in Atlanta. I was surprised because maybe this happened in Philadelphia with Eagles fans and how rowdy they are. But my mother lives in Atlanta. My mother could care less about lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my! She has to get home from her rehearsal. She's worried about a flood warning and a tornado warning. But that's like as an athlete, you love the fans, but you just don't understand why they get like this.
Is it because, you know, if it was in person, they would never do it. If they ran into her in the hallway, they would never say, what are you doing? I'm going to kill you. So is it just because you can be anonymous on social?
I think it's anonymity. I think it's the pressure of the game. And I have to be honest. I think our civilization, especially America, has ramped up the amount of threats to, it used to be like, hey, buddy, take your mitts, blah, blah, blah. And now it's straight to, I'll kill you. There's a violence in there that is inherent in all of us. It comes from the chimpanzees, if you want to go all the way back there. But it has been ramping up with social media and with political tone that comes from the top. When we express violence so easily, it comes easily off the tips of our fingers. That's dangerous. That's incredibly dangerous.
And let's not forget, this wasn't just a warning. 8 people died, 3 children died. This is very serious. These are people's lives. So she's not just interrupting, you know, maybe there might be a bit of snow. No, people were dying.
It was 136 mile per hour winds.
Shame on them.
And look, they had the split screen, and like I said, it was local news. So if you were worried about the golf game that much, the match that much, it was in Augusta. Why not drive from Atlanta to Augusta? You should have been there if you were that much of a golf freak.
There you go. All right, well, chime in, DBL Nation. We want to hear from you as well. And today we are remembering actress and comedian Georgia Engel, who died on Friday at the age of 70, according to a friend. Georgia earned 2 Emmy nominations for her role on The Mary Tyler Moore Show. She played Georgette Franklin. Here is a clip from the show.
Don't blow on my face, Daddy.
What's wrong? I thought you liked that.
Not now. I want to talk.
Can we have a pillow fight and then talk?
No, I really feel like talking.
Georgia had a prolific TV career, including 3 consecutive Emmy nominations for her role on Everybody Loves Raymond. She also appeared on shows like The Office, 2.5 Men, as well as Grace and Frankie. Loved her on Grace and Frankie. First of all, she was 7 years old. That just seems so young.
It is, and she's so iconic. And that voice, we've heard it in so many cartoons, like Hey Arnold. She's like, it's not just like the older stuff too. And Everyone Loves Raymond. She's an icon. This is really, really sad.
Yeah, it's really sad. If you're a Mary Tyler Moore War fan like we all were, it's very sad. But again, it's the voice, that iconic. They said all the lines the writers used was speaking out of helium. They said the writers, it was this perfect sort of weird high-pitched tone, and it really branded her, and I think it made her an iconic actress and comedian.
And as a comedian, Tori, since you're a comedian, what do you think it was about her timing, or was it her voice? What was it that made people laugh when they watched her?
I think I think the voice. The voice was very, very clearly, and you can see people using different voices. Andy Kaufman used voice. You can use voices. Even Adam Sandler, when he's like, I mean, all of that is like branding yourself, and that was her brand. And the sweet ingenue, but she had great timing.
She really did.
Timing.
I love it.
That sounded like Tori Shulman, not Adam Sandler. When you see a dog, that's what she does.
That is true. It's true. I have a little Adam Sandler.
You do have a little bit in you. Yeah. Well, may she rest in peace. I know that she's survived by her 2 siblings. Yeah. DBL is live. We'll bring you breaking news as soon as it happens. Coming up, it's a retro dramedy with 3-way chemistry. You won't want to miss our Stephanie Jones chatting with the stars of You, Me, Her. And you, the viewer, are our 5th host. Wendy Williams hired a detective to spy on her husband. So how far would you go to find out if your partner is cheating? We're going to share your comments live coming up next.
Nation, Kelly Schubert with the DBL digital team here. I actually think I could be a private investigator. What do you think? Let's go to the table and see what's going on. Oh, let's not yet. Now let's go.
But that doesn't come across.
Hey guys, what's going on?
I just want to say one thing.
Yeah. Yes.
I think we should make the point though that it wasn't the weather girl's call to go break in.
That's a good point. Right.
Yeah.
That's her job. We did say it's her job, but you're right.
Actually, speaking of that, Kyle Baxter, the weather meteorologist, is doing
just echoed that.
Yeah, the weather girl meteorologist is just doing her job. I mean, these people are idiots when they should be prepared of what's to come.
Yeah, that's a good point.
A lot of people writing in, I love Georgia RIP, which is not easy to do. Little things affect little minds. People writing in, love the colors Sam, Tori, and Stephanie are wearing.
Yes,
that's all
spring is
Kiri.
here.
Let's get a shot of Kiri.
Kiri is our fantastic wardrobe stylist. Look at her outfit.
I don't even know what was said.
They love our colors today, Kiri. Kiri, you look great today too. Kiri, she has really fabulous taste, and she's great at coordinating all of our outfits.
Yes. Stephen George says, we're so blessed that nobody was hurt. I heard from a first-hand account in Notre Dame. They were there lighting candles, and then police immediately started saying, and there was no smoke yet, and they were like whistling and blowing alarms, getting get out, exit.
So maybe up top?
As they were exiting, they could see the tiniest wisps.
Oh, gosh.
But they knew it's all wood. The whole thing is wood. They're calling it the forest up there.
Also really important because there was a lot of backlash following President Trump's tweet asking why wasn't Paris using those big like helicopter water tanks. There's a lot of backlash. The reason why they could not do that is because it would have made the ceiling collapse.
Yeah, of course.
So it's important to know, like, believe me, Paris is well aware of how to fight a fire. They chose not to do it because of the vulnerability of that infrastructure. So that's why.
850-year-old bells.
Yeah. It was from 1160.
Working on Tori right now. They're trying to get to her.
And some other bells.
I was the one that asked for it.
Oh. Okay.
And some other the bells that were saved were wrong when World War I, World War II were one.
And Joan of Arc. What did Joan of Arc do there? Did she get
I know
knighted or
Napoleon was married there.
Napoleon saved the building from destruction.
Yeah.
I mean, Joan of Arc had something to do with that.
It's
building
crazy.
Too. It's incredible.
Okay. And also, just so you guys know.
Thank you.
Sure, if you think I need it. Sure.
No, I just want that.
Man, this is tricky.
Can you try Tori again?
Okay.
Welcome back to DBL. It is time for 5th Host when we talk about what you're talking about. Well, Wendy Williams is now officially a hot topic on her own show. She's been in a sober living house, and now it's being reported that Wendy hired a private investigator to see if her husband was cheating. According to People magazine, when her husband, Kevin Hunter, was confronted with what the PI found, he admitted everything, prompting Wendy to file for divorce. So, DBL Nation, we want to hear from you. How far would you go to find out if your partner is cheating?
All right, let's get to these comments. Barb from Facebook says, my first husband cheated on me for almost a year. I found out because I lied about going out of town so I could come home early and catch him in the act. Hey, I'm sorry about that, Barb. Sorry you had to go through that. But I live by seek and ye shall find. You know, if I feel like people, they put it in their head that, hey, the spouse is cheating, I have to go find. But kudos to her, Wendy Williams, because had it been a friend, you know, you deny it. It was a third-party source that presented her the facts, and that could have been what she needed to get out of that relationship.
I agree. Well said, Brandon.
Larry from Facebook says, I'm not willing to do much to catch a cheating partner. If I really suspected cheating, I would see it as a trust issue and therefore just break up. Well, Larry, I do agree, and I do think that's on a very kind of base level of relationships. But when you've been with someone for a long time, maybe you're in a manipulative relationship, maybe you've been in a very narcissistic relationship where you're constantly questioning to the point of your own sanity as to what is real, what isn't happening. It's a very different situation, and maybe the partner you've been with for a very long time is very convincing and you doubt your own self. I've been there 100% for sure.
So what did you do? What do you do?
You know what is when someone has that much power, I don't want to use it is power. It is power over you, and you love them so much, they convince you that you're wrong and you just can't see a way out. And I think after I got convinced into actually going to see a therapist that there was something wrong with me, and it turned out that there was all sorts going on, and it took someone else that was very outside the situation when they looked through messages that he had sent me and things that he had said. They were saying, hang on a minute, you're getting completely brainwashed into thinking it's something else. So I understand why people might go to this length, but just don't be too quick to judge.
I think it's really honest of you to say that. Sally from Facebook says, I'm not proud of this, but I suspected that my husband was cheating with a coworker. I decided to peek into his work emails and I found nothing. I felt terrible for doing that. I gotta be honest, here's the thing, just like she said, my family member did this. When it goes into your finances, like I think we're not talking about that. With Wendy Williams, she's got a lot of money riding on this. And when you have someone playing with your heart, power of attorney, I think you've got to involve a third party. I think at that point, it becomes kind of like a business.
And they have a child.
Yeah, at that point, I'm okay with getting a PI to help yourself in court.
Right.
All of those things will help you.
Kind of separates it, like Steph said.
There's a buffer.
You're being so candid, by the way.
Oh, it's okay.
So I think our viewers appreciate that. So thank you for your honesty. A photographer claims Justin Bieber left him disabled, and he's taking his case to court. So Raquel Villanueva, please give us the news at the moment.
Well, Sam, Justin Bieber is being sued by a photographer he accidentally hit with his car. William Wilson says it happened in 2017 when Bieber was leaving church and trying to drive into the street. Bieber pulled over immediately to help Wilson. TMZ reports Wilson claims he suffered permanent disability and had to undergo knee surgery. Wilson is now suing because he believes the insurance settlement offered was too low. Police did not charge the singer at the time because they said the paparazzi lights blinded him and Wilson shouldn't have been standing on the street. Bieber has not yet responded to the lawsuit.
Get out of the way!
Yeah, don't be on the street.
What's that Luda song? Move, get out the way. Like, come on, this guy's if you're in the way, of someone's car, I don't care what shot you're trying to get. And you got an insurance settlement. Now you're being greedy. I hope this blows up in this guy's face. I'm sorry. Because a lot of people on the scene said that it was that paparazzi's fault.
I know eyewitnesses say that, and they do say that. I would imagine with that big flash that you are going to be blinded.
Yeah, and Bieber stayed around to make sure he was okay and everything.
Yeah, he got out the car. There's already been some kind of insurance claim. He's obviously already had surgery. He's already had payouts. So I think this is now getting a bit greedy.
I think so too. We're all in agreement. Well, coming up on DBL, a quirky rom-com was introduced or has introduced the word throuple. That's a thing. Stephanie Jones gets the scoop with two of the stars of the hit series You, Me, Her, coming up next.
Aren't the only thing that can turn your hair gray. Today is National Stress Awareness Day, and here's how our DBL hosts handle life's ups and downs.
The way I de-stress and be calmer is do a bit of yoga or meditation. It keeps me zen.
To deal with stress, I reach out to friends. I want to go hang out. You know, I want to get my mind off of what's stressing me out. So I have a great support group of friends and family who I always contact, and we crack some jokes, have some laughs. Stress level goes down. DBL Nation, what's going on? Brandon London here. I missed you guys. Yesterday I was at the New York Giants facility. It was the first day that the players reported. So you can go to Giants.com, check out some of the interviews with Eli Manning, Evan Ingram, all those guys. Go Giants. Cal Baxter says, welcome back, Brandon. Good day, Saul. But a lot of you, Stephanie, can you come back in and can we keep talking about the Wendy Williams thing and kind of what you went through? Because shout out to you for being so open about what you went through, and I just can't believe that you had to go see a therapist. It was bothering you that bad.
It actually wasn't even it was him who said, you need to see a therapist because you're imagining all of these things. So I didn't even consider that. I was actually convinced. He convinced me that much that the problem was me. Wow. He told me to go see a therapist, and when the results from that came back, and basically I didn't even really believe the therapist at that point, and they gave me a load of tests to do, which helped me analyze my own situation. It took me a long time.
So the love was that strong, where you went against your therapist in a way.
Yeah.
Wow, I've never been in love that deep before. But DBL Nation, what do we have next? Chatting with the Stars?
We have, yeah. So don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. You, Me, Her is a provocative take on classic romantic comedies. Jack marries Emma, and the couple falls in love with Izzy, making them a throuple. This alternative relationship is called polyamory, where partners can be intimate with more than one person. Our own Stephanie Jones sat down with Rachel Blanchard and Priscilla Faya to discuss the first of its kind show in today's Chatting with the Stars.
What do you say when you break this little sex slump before the nausea kicks in? Okay.
Really? Just start without me.
So our pregnant wife just told us to have sex while listening to her bark.
I've never been so aroused.
So Rachel and Priscilla, welcome to Daily Blast Live. The two of you are involved in a lot of romantic situations with your co-star, Greg Polar. So is it ever difficult for the three of you to get through those saucy, sexy scenes?
The first one was not difficult, but it was nerve-wracking, I think, for me at least. And yeah. But there is, with three people filming them, and usually a Steadicam following us around, it's always a little awkward because one person's just waiting like patiently to go in.
I'm just, we're like, have you had a mint?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, is your breath bad? But yeah, the first one, there's no one else to look at. Greg's not here.
So how do you get your sauciness on when you're surrounded by loads of strangers?
You just, you try and ignore, you're in the scene and try and ignore everyone around you. But for the most part, our show deals more with the relationship aspect of things. So we don't have many scenes like that.
Are we trying to make you, me, and her look just like you and me?
And I need to know, what are you all looking forward to for the upcoming season? I mean, can you guys tell me any spoilers, any secrets?
Well, there's a baby coming.
Yeah.
I'm pregnant.
Emma's pregnant. So we're all of our characters are trying to, figure out what that's going to look like now, having this little being coming into our lives just when we've sort of stepped into this new role of us being married. And how does that affect all of us?
You guys are all scared of rocking the boat. But the boat needs to be rocked.
It'll be interesting to see how all that plays out, and I look forward to seeing you play a mummy on screen as well.
Thank you. It was fun. Thanks for having us.
You can catch the 4th season of You, Me, Her tonight on Dish's Audience Network. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, I'm Abby and I'm here to bring you all kinds of tips on dating and relationships, and today we're going to be talking about how to revamp your dating profile, or make one if you've never made one before, maybe on eHarmony, Match, OkCupid. There's 1,000 different apps you can try, so maybe put a profile on all of them, who knows. So to start, keep your bio short and sweet. Some people will write a long, paragraphs long. I don't need to know that. I need like 3 to 4 sentences about who you are, what you like to do you have pets, Do you have kids? You know, maybe an interesting fun fact about yourself that I might not get by looking at your photos. And of course, the photos are the most important part. While we love the bio, the photos are what catches people's attention. So the first photo needs to be something where I can clearly see your face and everything and how amazing you are, right? So we don't want something where you have sunglasses on or a hat or you're covered up, maybe all bundled in winter clothes. And also, keep the group photos out of play here. It's okay to have maybe like one where you're with a friend or your family, your kids or something, maybe in a photo later on. But the first couple photos, make sure that's just you. It's also good to have one shot that's like a full body photo. You know, maybe this can be a little intimidating if you're getting back into the dating game. Maybe in a group shot you can see the whole body because obviously, you know, that's something that people will be wondering, what does this person look like? Am I only seeing their head? The most important thing when you're creating your dating profile is to be honest because you're probably gonna meet these people that you're meeting online in person. So make sure that you have current photos, no photos from college or when your kids were just born. Let's have something current. No mirror selfies. This is a hard no. If I see a mirror selfie, I tell people, take that down. I don't know why, but it's just not a good look. You can do a selfie like this, but just not in the mirror. And no filters, people. That is totally misleading, like the ones with dog ears and all that makes it look like you have perfect skin. None of us are like that. So if you're just honest with yourself and honest with everyone else, you'll find a great match. If you want more advice about jumping into the world of online dating, you can follow me on Instagram at Modernienta.
Welcome back to DBL. Before we go, one final story about grit and determination. Check this out. This is Marine veteran Micah Herndon from Ohio. He crawled on his hands and knees to cross the finish line at the Boston Marathon. Yesterday, he said he was running to honor the memory of 3 men he knew while serving in Afghanistan. And even when his legs cramped, he never gave up.
Let's go, studio. Let's go, studio. You know what that is? What's your why? What's your why? When you get out of bed in the morning, what's your why? And for him, to honor his fallen comrades. People run it, the Boston Marathons, for charity. They run it to raise awareness for cancer. But his why was for his fallen comrades.
And he said no matter how hard it was for him, his friends suffered worse.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
We salute you. We absolutely salute you. Well done. We will see you same time, same place tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.